All right, guys. So lately there has been, I don't know, a countless number of lending programs left and right. It seems like everywhere I go, someone's referring me to some sort of lending program that either looks a little shady or may looks actually pretty legit. And then, you know, you invest your money and then they don't pop. They don't actually come out, and you lose your money. So I got an email, and actually I got a comment. And then in this comment, I decided, you know what, let me read it. Let me see what they're talking about. So got a comment regarding binary.com was coming out with their own ICO. And pretty much they wanted me to check out their platform and let them know what I thought about it. So what I did was I actually Googled who binary.com was. And I also tried to look up to see if anybody had any reviews on who they were, because binary.com is just it's a normal word. It's not a word that you will use every day, but it's a normal word, as in the fact that I'm surprised that anyone's able to register this domain recently, if that makes any sense. So most likely this is a company that's been running for a very long time. So what I'll do is, and I'll just show you guys really quick. So binary.com, right? So really quick. So this is binary.com. What they created was a platform where basically you have the ability to guess if you think that it's going to go higher, a token or a coin, or I'm sorry, at the current time it'd be stocks or commodities. Commodities are like gold or silver or copper. So you have those type of things. You can bet, okay, I believe that it's going to go lower. So then you press lower, and then it will let you know if the price actually went lower or higher. Okay, so once you do that, you will make money off of that. So depending on how much money you bet, you could double your money, or you'll make somewhere between 70. Sometimes it's 70 and 150% of what your bet is, depending on where. So this one right here is 83% return. So if I actually put up $10, I'll be looking to get back. If I put up $10, I'll be looking to get back about $88.33. Okay. And then if I was to bet this way, I'll look to get back about $9 back every time I bet. So I get my original 10 plus 9. So people do this and they make very, very good amount of money. Some people do this in the minutes, but most people that I know, they do it by the hour, meaning that they understand how the market works in the mornings, and then maybe they'll do it again in the afternoon just to get a double up. But then I also get some people that do this twice a day, like I mentioned before, halfway through the day. Then I'll get some. Then I know some people that do it over the course of one whole day. So meaning at the end of close, then they understand that this is what the price should be about, and then they make those type of bets. So I know people that actually do binary betting. The only problem with binary betting that I have personally is the fact that it's either or. It's 50-50. There's no real chance of you getting in or getting out as frequently as you would like. So you do have to set your time, you press the purchase button, and you have to rock with that. You can change how you want to do it. So Forex will be like our dollar versus another person's dollar in their country. And then you have other, like I mentioned, you have, let's just go to OTC stocks, right? So this would be like some stocks you may or may not have heard of, different companies you may or may not have heard of. So, so we got like, see if we can think of one. Say Barclay. So right now Barclay does not have one up here, so it wants me to do it at least 5 minutes. So we'll do, say, 10 minutes. And then so if we make a bet of $10, what we'll be seeing back in net profit, I'm sorry, we have to stake. Staking is at least $5, and then our payout would be $10 if we get it right. Okay, so that basically means that we'll be putting up $5.50, and if we get it right, we get back $4.50. Together we'll get a payout of $10. All right, that's kind of how that works. So if you want to make more money, so you want to do a $10 stake, you make more money that way. See how the numbers change now? So it shows you how much you have to put up if you want to make back $10. You see that $5.50 here. So see the same returns. So it all depends on what you want to do. So that's how binary works. They've been around for ages, and people make a lot of money doing this. I've never actually personally done it, but I do understand that it does exist. So I have to let people know that it is a real platform. Okay, so let me just stop this, and then I'm gonna start from the next. Okay, so I like to stop halfway through my videos only because if for whatever reason the iPhone screen recorder cancels on me, then at that point I'm okay because I didn't lose the entire video. So basically binary.com decides they want to come up with their own ICO. So this is not an uncommon thing for people to get into the blockchain or Bitcoin or, cryptocurrency world, because cryptocurrency is taking the world by storm. We all know Bitcoin will be more than maybe $10,000 or $11,000 before the end of this month, which is really, really awesome for anyone that has gotten involved in Bitcoin in the last, year or 3. So this is a great world to be in. People see the opportunity in front of them. So binary.com, to me personally, takes that initiative to go forward. JP Morgan and Chase, they decided they're going to start building on blockchain technology. As far as other banks in different countries, Swiss banks and as well as some American banks, they have both. Some of those banks have decided also to build around the blockchain technology. And on top of that, we also have Goldman and Sachs, one of the largest financial institutes in the world, has decided to create an opportunity to invest in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So it goes to show you that this cryptocurrency world is actually adding to what people are doing. So a lot of people were afraid of it in the very beginning because of the drug world being the reason that it was introduced into everyday purchases. But now you can see that you can buy a pizza like before. In the very beginning, buying a pizza was a big deal. Now you can actually go buy your groceries, and now you can get a debit card or a prepaid debit card that actually has your cryptocurrency on it. And to mine is as easy as having $30 in your bank account and then switching that over to a mining pool and then purchasing mining power. So now the cryptocurrency world has become so readily and easily available that almost anyone can get involved tomorrow if they just put their mind towards it. So this shows me that the world is opening up left and right. So participation has already started. So I was going to do the video last week, but I do apologize. But there's a lot that happened in my family in this past week. Plus, I had to get a lot of information back and forth from the people that were promoting binary.com. I didn't want to give out any false information. So if you're looking to get in, if you're in Canada or United States, you cannot actually purchase. So I do apologize for those people who are actually in those countries. But to be able to purchase, you must be outside of those countries. There are other restrictions. So when you put your address in, it will let you know instantly if you have the ability to purchase or if you will have to wait. Okay. So is this how you create an account? You pretty much just put your email right in here. You create your free account, and it will take you to your login. It will take you to your email. You click on that. It will then take you to the Register Me Now page, where you then put your password in, you put your address in, and you put your username that you're looking to use. Okay. So the way the ICO works, this is why I like this ICO. This is why I'm saying to you guys that this might be a really good idea if you have the ability to get in. And I'll show you some more once we get in a little bit deeper. But I think that it's worth it at the end of the day for me if I'm able to invest, to be able to invest. So what your first thing they want you to do is obviously purchase their token. Okay, you purchase their token, and then you earn exclusive token rights. So I want to just put this out there. There's some other people doing videos and they don't really understand the world of stocks. So I want to just make sure that we're both abundantly clear on how stocks work and how ICOs work and how they work differently but almost the same. So you have it says each token provides you with 2 exclusive token rights. With 2 exclusive token rights. Okay. First token rights is that you'll receive dividends. As a token holder, you will have the rights to receive dividends equivalent to shareholder dividends. Okay, what that means is that if they're going to do 10 million in their ICO, right, 10 million tokens in their ICO, and you hold 1 million, that means you have 1% of 10 million of their ICO. It'd be the same thing as if they had 10 million shares and you hold 1 million shares, then you would have 1% of all, 10% of all shares, which is 1 million of all shares. So right now, I don't know what their share amount is. So if they have stock I'll try to find the information and show you guys if there is some stock out there. But for them, if you are a shareholder and if you're a token holder, you both have the same rights, okay? That's what that means. On top of that, you can convert your tokens into shares. So if they are on the stock exchange, again, down in the description, you'll see that information. I'll provide that for you guys so you can see what their stock is trading at, how many shares they hold, their market value, stuff like that. I'll make sure that all the information down there below so you guys can have a better understanding of what you are seeing, okay? But you do have the rights to take those tokens and convert them into stocks or shares of that company. So you still own shares of the company, but you have the ability to then convert them into deeper shares where they're now stocks of that company. That's where you actually start to make more money, most likely, okay? All right, so this is something that someone, anyway, it says your tokens will be on Like Exchange, LYKKE exchange. I don't have an account with them, so I don't know if that's an important exchange or not. I have seen it a million times, but to me, that's a really good idea because given the fact that they haven't even gone through ICO stage, they are already letting you know it will be on the exchange and it will be trading, which means that this stock could potentially hit $10 to $15 within the first month, okay? So which is a great thing. So depending on how you get in, where you get in at, this could be a really great thing. All right, so I want to just go over this again, right? So basically, dividends are given out throughout the year, right? So if you're reading this, this is what you're reading, okay? How often are dividends given out? Once a year. So basically, there's a company, I work for a cable company, and our cable company makes somewhere like $500 million a year, maybe in I think we made $5 billion. So basically, this cable company that I work for, they net revenue is $500 million or $50 million. I think it's $50 million. So they take that $50 million and they decide, you know what, we're going to take 3%, but last year I think they gave out 6%. So they gave out 6% of that money. They took 6% of $50 million and they decided to give it to their shareholders. So everyone that held stock got a percentage of that. So if you own 10% of the stock, you would have gotten 10% of the 6%. Okay, so the 6% would have been of the 5 million. So I just want to show you guys really quick what I'm talking about. So if there was $50 million distributed and they gave out only 6%. Okay, that means that they gave out $3 million. Okay, and if you own 2% of $3 million, you would have made for holding those shares $60,000, which can be converted into more shares if that's the option you chose. Okay, so to make this really, really clear on how this works, that is how that works. Okay, so if there's $50 million and they distribute 3%, or if there's $1 million and they get distribute 3% and you own 0.3%, so let's just say this company that we're talking about makes $1 million in net revenue. They decide that they're going to distribute out 3%. That means they're going to give out $30,000, okay? If you only own 0.1%, you will get back $30 for just holding their stock. If they actually make 10 million, you would make back $300 just for holding their shares. If they made 30 million, because again, the cryptocurrency world it works in almost hundreds of millions and billions. If they do that, then you're talking about more money. So you're talking about maybe potentially making $3,000 just for having this and holding on to it and not selling it. To me personally, yeah, I get it. That's not the most money in the world because you can make more money buying and selling this token. But it does show you that they're at least looking to distribute money. So actually holding onto the token does actually make sense. Okay, so that's how they're looking to do this. All right, so there's some more information that people were reading down here. I just want to just let you guys know that when they say that basically it's up to their shareholders' discretion, there's two things, right? Yeah, it is up to them to actually give out a dividend at all. And the reason why is because if there's not enough money to give out because of the future of the company is at jeopardy, then they're not going to give any money out. But at the same time, the shareholders most likely the shareholders most likely want to pay out. So the board members want to pay out their dividends. They want to make sure that everyone's happy and people are holding on. And the reason why they do that is because they at least want people to get more. They want you to understand that you only own 0.1%. What if you owned 1%? What if you own 3%? They want you to invest more and more money into them. So they do want to give out some dividends. Only reason why they wouldn't do it is if they look forward and they say, listen, we only made 50 million over a 12-month period, which means we're only bringing in $8 million or whatever it is. We're not bringing in that much. What we need to do is 4.2. What we need to do is we need to bring in more, or we need to invest into our future. If they're looking to invest in their future, then you have to understand that that 50 million that they made, which wasn't enough to start distributing 5 million out, then they're going to use that to better the future. But at the same time, there may be a vote. Usually there's a vote and you'll get to be a part of it because you're a share and token holder, right? But at the same time, the percentage is what they vote on too. Okay, so anytime someone votes on this, most likely they're voting themselves to go in, or they're voting themselves to not get paid. So no one wants to not get paid. Everyone wants everyone to get paid. So that they're most likely they won't vote that you won't get any. So don't have to worry about that. There are people on the internet that are saying, but they're going to vote no, and then you won't get any dividends. You will get dividends. It just may not be what you think it is every single time you get paid. That's just how that works. Okay. So I just want to just clear that part up. You can go through this information if you want a little bit more deeper. I do believe in them enough to say that I personally will most likely invest in their token, either ICO or when it hits the exchange. I will definitely 100% recommend anyone that I know personally outside of YouTube. I would say personally anyone inside of YouTube that's watching this video. I think that most likely you need to watch the video and do your own research before actually investing, because it is a big thing when it comes to actually investing. Most likely, most of these ICOs, just in case we're all wondering, most ICOs do have the ability to go up, and that's not a bad thing. But I need you to also understand that a lot of ICOs, they go down in price. Okay, not every ICO goes up, because you gotta remember there's some people that just want to get out. Okay, they're tired of holding. They didn't want to hold in the first place, and they're looking to get out. Okay, so you have to look at that as well. Okay, so I just wanted to put that out there. Here's the board of directors. These are the people that are in this ICO with you, or as well as this token. One person has a YouTube channel, which is a little bit different. Everybody else has a LinkedIn, Twitter. But then they also talk about they talk about other things as far as the trading, binary and stuff like that. They have the opportunities. They're talking about that they're in Asia and Europe. I'll let you guys go through this a little bit deeper. I just wanted to give out that first piece of information. So I'm going to stop the video so I can give out the last piece. Okay, so when you first sign in, when you first get in, it's going to give you this virtual account. Okay, and then they tell you that they want you to proceed. It says, please select your ICO account to proceed. What that means is up here. So once you're done, you see this right here. It says BTC account ICO, right? All right, so when you click on it, it's going to take you to the actual ICO account for you guys to proceed. And then this is where the information will be. So Binary is offering 10 million tokens as an open auction. Okay, so I want to just put this out there for everybody. All right, so it says to place an auction, you will need to deposit 5% of the total bid value. At the end of the auction, the final price of the token will be decided, and you will have 2 weeks to settle the remaining balance that's due at the end of the active auction. So if you go and you make a bid of $1,000, you're expected to put in 50 bucks. That makes sense. You need to understand that that is what is needed. Okay, the auction, the way that they did it's a little bit different than the rest. Okay, so the way the auction works is you're going to actually be bidding for what you're willing to pay. Okay, so the minimum bid right now is $1.35. Okay, this number right here will continue to change. Okay, but this number will not. Okay, that's just how that works. So if you want to make a bid of 1,350 for 1,350, then you got to put it in here. So you click on number of tokens, you type in how many tokens you want, and you click on the price, and then you press submit. Right now I don't have any, so obviously I don't have any in my account, but this is how you do it. So in order for you to add some, you go to the cashier, you pick your payment method. They have different payment methods, and the way you do your deposit, you could use Bitcoin. Here's the Bitcoin one. I saw other payment methods. Cashier. I could have sworn I saw other payment methods, but this one does say Bitcoin. There were other methods, I think, on their website, but I thought I saw some more on this particular site. So if you guys want, I'll leave the link. I don't think I have a personal link in here for you guys. I just know that this is what the platform will look like. It'll be on a computer and on your phone. If you guys actually have Android devices, you'll be able to use it on your Android sooner than those who actually have iPhones like myself. So there's a lot to this. Once you guys get involved and actually go through it a little bit more, you guys can see more. But I just wanted to point all that information out, that it's definitely a bid. And then when you go place your bid, I'm not really sure if I'm allowed to show this, but I will actually show you guys. But as you guys can see, this is what this person bid, was $1.20. Right here, somewhere between $1.20 and $1.39. Sorry, this is how many people actually bid. I think this is how much was bidded at 140. This is what was bidded at 160, 180. So some people were willing to pay $2. Some people are willing to pay $4. Some people are willing to pay $6. Some people are willing to pay $7. And there's a few people probably willing to pay a $10 to $100. So if you look at this, right, in these terms, this shows you the value of what the token could potentially be, okay? It also shows you how expensive this token could be just to get in. If there's someone willing to pay $1, that means that this 10 million, that's going to go, right? So there is at least 1 million? $133,000 willing to be put in at $1. Well, how much is willing to be put in at 7? So $700. How much is willing to be put in here? $5,000. So someone's willing to pay at least $10 for this token at $5,000. So I just wanted to point that out, that this token could grow, you know, a good amount. Now it's a little bit different than every other token, because when you buy, you just pay at the ICO price. But at the same time, if you guys notice this isn't the average token. They are paying out dividends. They're making sure that you're part of the company, you're a shareholder, stuff like that. So the way they did this is almost like an IPO. The way they did this is almost like an original seed round, as well as you know, original round where they actually want people to become investors. They go through a vote and say, hey, what are you guys willing to pay? They take that and they say, okay, where do we get the most money at? Okay, so the most money may be at $2. Okay, so which means that if you put in $500, you're no longer going to get it here, you know, at $1.20, giving you 400 shares. You're going to have to pay here. You're going to get 250 shares. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted to point all that information out. Wanted to make sure that we're all informed on how this works, if in case we ever decide we want to participate. So yeah, they're going to just look at it and say, okay, what's the best course of action for us? How do we make the most money tomorrow by getting this? Will it be at this price? Will it be at that price? They take those numbers, they put them in some sort of weird algorithm, and then at that point, it then explains to them, if you do it at $2 or $3 or $5, then you're going to get this many people putting in this much. You may lose these people down here. They may lose these people down here underneath $2 by putting it at $5. But they also may get these people to actually invest. They may say, you know what, forget it, I'll invest at $5. But they may actually lose them. So their goal is to not lose these people. Their goal is to actually get these people to say, you know what, this is what I'm willing to pay, and I'm willing to put that up, and then they do put that up. So this will go on for a couple of days, and then at the end of ICO, 27 days from now, you'll see the actual token price, and then you're the first ones that are able to purchase, and then the remainder of the tokens will be forced on to the other exchange to allow other people to invest, in case those people who do not buy an ICO want to buy an ICO. So any questions, let me know. Definitely put it down in the comments. I'll definitely try to see if I can answer as many questions as possible. Definitely join us in Telegram. We're definitely expecting you. You can share this video if you want. I don't think I have an affiliate link. I have not found the place for one. So most likely you can share this video if you would like to. Definitely check us out on both chats, ICO chat, and definitely check us out on the other ICO YouTube channel.